So this workout I'm doing at work. So I'm just preparing everything and setting up, taking my jewelry off. So I could just go on the floor and jump right into it. Working out at work is good for me because sitting at a desk all day is not it's not good for me at all. I have to move around. So this is all of my equipment and I'm ready to jump right into it. Now that I'm ready, I just have to find some space so I can set up and get into it. And the setup is easy because I was already dressed and ready, and I'm just going to use the equipment that's already laid out. So I always start off with stretches, especially because I leave out the house so early. I don't get to do a morning stretch at home. So before I work out, I make sure I go through stretches and I isolate my torso and I try to move every piece of my body around one by one, limb by limb, arms, ankles, legs, just to stretch them before I get into any consistent movements. And this is really great for me. The stretching is good for me. Sometimes I get tight just from sitting at a desk or just from the amount of sitting that I'm doing through my commute because I have a 2 hour plus commute. So the stretching is very important. I'm checking the camera, making sure that I can film everything. This is the cat cow. This is a basic stretch. A lot of people call it a yoga stretch, the cat and the cow, but you're moving your torso. This is child's pose. These are yoga stretches that I actually love because I can memorize them. And it allows me to have a flow. They actually call it like a flow within yoga. But once I have it, they're like memorized and I know I could jump into them. I'm just moving side to side now because a lot of my workouts are focused on my legs and thighs. So I want to make sure that everything can move. I haven't done these stretches in a while. These are really, they isolate my legs and it helped me stretch deeper. These are really, really good if you ever want to get into splits or anything further with your legs. Just isolating them one at a time. If you do them every day, you'll be able to get into a deeper and deeper stretch. This is a crossbody stretch. It does so good for the back as well as the legs. It's one of my favorite stretches. And now we're ready. So for this workout, I start focusing on abs first. I'm doing a round of sit-ups. You can start with an 8 count or a 10 count. I think I did a 10. These are leg lifts. These are great for the lower abs. And they're really small, simple exercises, but repeating them at minimum counts is great. So I enjoy going to the gym alone. But if I had a partner, this would be the time that the partner would jump in because I need a reinforcement to hold my feet. So while I'm doing my ab exercises, the bottom of my body isn't moving. So I'm going to grab some weights, probably a 50-pound, 55-pound, to put them over top of each foot to hold me still so I would be able to move with correct form with my next exercise. That's the goal, form. That's why I'm in front of a mirror and that's why I film myself, because I want to make sure that I'm holding my body in the appropriate form so I don't hurt myself, because usually it takes a while for me to recover if I'm pulling a muscle in an incorrect movement. But this is just some side to sides I'm going to do. I'm going to put the correct name of each exercise in the description. But the motion I'm doing is just moving my torso. And as you can see, this is a bit much. The weight I used was probably 35 pounds. But that was the third exercise. And the fourth exercise is the plank, which is a simple exercise. You just have to make sure to engage all of your muscles, your torso, your hamstrings, your calves, your glutes, your butt, everything. And it'll make the plank seem seamless. And I always take a break between sets. But before I start the next set, I'm going to, as I work out, find a more simpler way for me to execute each move. So the next exercise will be the sit up as I did the first set, but this is more modified. And I have more energy now because I got through the first set. So like anything that you're doing, but specifically with exercising, once you get through it and once your body gets adjusted to it, you can move through it with ease. So now after that first set, I'm moving with more agility, less effort. and I could just roll through my exercises. I'm just going to get another mat so I can move around without just depending on this one particular space. And I'm going to jump right into leg lifts, which is great for your lower abs. So we know the 4 exercises now. It's the sit up, it's the leg lift, the torso twist, and the plank. And now I have enough space to jump between each exercise, and we're just going to jump through each one. So every time I group exercises, specifically if there's 4 different exercises, I'm going to do them for 3 rounds, and that's like 10 reps each. So in total, it'd be like 40 reps of 4 different exercises. But that's how I like to work through my exercises. But now that we know the 4, I don't have to show you guys the 3rd rep. We could just move on to the next part of my body I'm going to focus on. So I'm moving on to the lower half of my body, and I'm jumping into squats. I'm using my accessory of my resistant bands. I love resistant bands because they just offer a little bit of pressure to the workout. So not only is this a squat, but I have a weight with the squat, but I also have the accessory of the resistant bands, and it's going to definitely give me the little boost that I'm looking for while working out. I'm going to now jump into donkey kicks, but I'm going to use these weights. I think they're 5 pounds, and I just have to position them exactly behind my knee, and it'll give me like a little more pressure while I'm doing the donkey kick. And all of these exercises can be modified and be done without weights. I'm just doing them for a little bit more pressure because I think I'm ready to handle a little bit more with the same exercise and within the same form. So I love just adding a little bit more to help me grow with the exercise. So I'm back doing another exercise with my resistant bands. This is a very simple exercise. As I previously said, the resistant band offers a little bit of pressure, but these are just side to sides. You could do this movement without the resistant bands, and you could sit still. You could just move up and down in a body weight squat, but the pressure that is just adding side to side. I use my arms as a reinforcement to make sure that I'm still sitting back and I don't become comfortable in the movement, because there's a way to ease into it within your body, but you're not really getting a workout. So I just make sure I have my hands in front of me just to be more exacting in my movements. But that little exercise is a lot for me. Checking out my results, what little results I have from the workout so far, but I know I'm tired, and that's just the second set. So I'm just moving back into the squats, and this time I'm doing it without the resistant bands. I like to be honest and listen to my body. So when I'm tired like that, if I don't have a bottle to rehydrate myself, I don't like to push myself to the point of a breakdown. It's like I'm going to listen to my body and ease up. So I jumped into the squats, but I didn't add the resistant band this time. So now I'm just trying to hydrate myself, but I didn't come to the gym with a water bottle. So that was just a short break, but I'm moving right back into the next exercise, which is the donkey kicks with weights. The big thing with this exercise is just making sure that the weight is positioned so it doesn't move. So it would be easier to go down to a smaller weight or a lighter weight, but it's just making sure that you have proper placement. And this is like a great exercise, especially if you want to like grow your glutes. And I have these accessories from Bala. I love Bala Fitness and their clothes and their accessories, but I didn't care for these sliders in the appropriate way. So I wasn't able to do the exercise that I wanted to. I had to come up with something else, but this is a great ab exercise as if these were like on a slide. Or if I had a towel to place beneath my foot, I would have been able to slide. I tried to modify it, but it definitely didn't work. So I definitely had to move on to a different exercise. So I decided to move on with a large exercise ball. Although this ball wasn't inflated as much as it could be, it definitely was a great alternative to the exercise I wanted to do. And that's it. I worked on my abs and I worked on my lower half, and I repeated those exercises, and I put the description for everything in the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, ask questions, share the video. Let me know if you liked it or not, and I'll be back next week with another workout video.